welcome to Mono Rants the Boys, the only boys rewatch podcast that needs to be more careful what it wishes for. Sorry, Todd. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and with me is my co-host and master of none, Kira.
Evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So, yep, today we're on to the second episode of season 4, and it was equally whopper.
Equally whopper, but in various different ways.
Yeah, I think it took each of the threads that was set up in the first episode and just carried on with each of them quite nicely.
Yeah, but I like what they've done with it. Will Ferrell, always fun. I was like, is he? I was like, nah, he's not Nathan. They haven't made Nathan white. And
no, we were like, he's going to be Brink. And then he was Brink,
yeah.
That was a surprise. I wonder, will we get another...
I want to see the behind the scenes for that one. Just for all the outtakes.
I want to see the behind the scenes for all the Splinter stuff.
Oh, God.
That must
so
have
many
taken ages
naked
to
Rob
film.
Benedicts. So many naked Rob Benedicts.
Rob Benedicts? Surely.
Oh, so many of them.
There were many.
Yeah.
Many. But... no, it was a really good, really good episode.
And yeah, another soup with like a kind of fun power that I haven't really seen.
No, we haven't seen any sort of duplicate powers
Yeah,
yet.
I wonder if they go
think.
back together.
Well, we'll never know now.
No.
Because they're dead.
But they were popping off of him like a wet gremlin.
Yeah, it didn't really take them long to just separate out.
And I'm like, why is he working at like a shitty, as like a fucking dog's body for some right-wing fucking mental head?
Well, I think that is what you call simping.
Yeah.
I think he was simping for her.
But I was surprised Vought let him go, because that would be useful.
I don't know. Well, yeah, but like, I suppose they can't have everybody on their payroll.
Yeah. Because can you imagine him? I'm surprised that the lab testing let him out.
He wasn't very good at his job.
Because he's like his ultimate control. Like, he splits off a load that they need to test.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised the labs didn't get their hands on him rather than anything
look
else.
What they did to Gecko.
Huh?
Look what they did to Gecko.
Yeah, he'd probably be more likely to end up like Gecko than end up like
Doppelganger. Yeah, that's why I'm amazed that he was like out in the wild, as it were. But he's, not making much of himself by simping for, again, right-wing nut job.
And again, he's dead now. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. But shall we do a quick summary and jump into the episode then?
Yep.
When Butcher comes clean about his impending death, he gets the sack from MM. But that doesn't stop him from showing up at the boys' mission to see what Sage is doing at a conspiracy convention. Meanwhile, Hughie deals with his mom's sudden return, as Starlight gets help from an unexpected ally, and Ryan gets his first save.
Yeah, so it opens with Training A-Train, the movie set.
Yes.
Number 1, Notorious B.I.G., Hypnotize, great track.
Yeah.
So good. I was like, why are they doing drugs?
What's happening? Yeah.
And then, like, when they call Reggie and Reggie shows up, and you're like, what?
And then, yeah, as soon as the car arrives, it was like, oh, hang on, I know what's happening.
Oh, is this a movie set?
This is a movie set.
Because that's a really old 17-year-old. and our favourite, Adam Burke.
They just...
Is it just weird? Does he look like Ali G? He is dressed like Ali G. He is in like that yellow shiny tracksuit. Like he's got like a big gold bee, like medallion thingy. He's got a baseball cap instead of that like knit underwear.
Particularly when he's telling him that the line is "It don't matter."
Oh, and he does the hand gesture as well. But like everything, I just want to see all the other takes of him and Will Ferrell when they're doing that whole Oscar moment.
I can only imagine how good. There has to be loads of outtakes for that.
It's so good. And just the way Will Ferrell plays it up.
I don't think I've ever come across a show that has so many fun side characters between him and Seth and Evan in marketing. And
also, Ashley's back in this episode.
Yeah, also Ashley.
So she survived too.
We haven't gotten much from her, but like
I like also Ashley.
Courtney Fortney,
oh,
Cameron
Courtney.
Coleman, like all these just little
all
side
the Vought
characters.
Heads.
Yeah, they're mostly Vought people. Like,
because you had like I know there was your man who was like covert for the Woods that worked for Vought. What was him in Gen V?
Oh, social media Jeff. He was
social media
great.
Jeff. Yeah, and that haircut really did nothing for him. Yeah, like social media, like he was in what, like 3 episodes?
Yeah, probably had like 3-4 minutes of screen time, but he was so brilliant.
Much fun.
And same here with PJ Byrne and as Burke, he's probably had less than 10 minutes of screen time, and Cameron Coleman.
Well, they let him back
15.
out of director jail.
Yes, they've obviously let him back out of director jail. The bit where he's like, "What's that smell?"
is that you? And he's like, well, I had falafel
I
for
smell
lunch.
Oscar.
And you could just see the frustration on A-Train's face.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like, I don't want to be here. And he's talking about, like, I really feel for him as well. Because he's like, no, my brother has been my only coach. My brother never did drugs.
Well,
he worked as a waiter for Buster Beavers. Like, only thing he ever wants whenever, like, because you see it as well with the interviews in season 1. He's like, no, my brother was my coach. It was only ever me and my brother. Like, that's the thing. He always wants Nathan to have that recognition.
Oh yeah, he wants him to have that recognition,
and he really dislikes the fact that Nathan is being portrayed as a drug dealer.
And it's really hammered home then later on by Nathan when Nathan's like,
I'm so happy to see Nathan.
Yes, but when he's like, there's nothing that you do that's real, and the only thing kind of in A-Train's story that has been real has been his Nathan. Brother training him, and then this movie is going to just like get rid of that entirely.
Yeah, it's going to destroy his brother's reputation, and like them just being like, oh, he must be so proud of you.
Yeah.
No. Like, fucking pay attention to what I'm saying. And then when he walks off set and Noir is like, I really don't understand my character's motivation. Noir, God love him, because like, he is in his own little world. He has not realised what the fuck is going on yet.
He's just not getting it. He really isn't like that.
You don't speak.
Talk.
That's
like,
your whole
especially
thing.
in public.
I'd love to know if that's actually Nathan Mitchell delivering the lines, because I don't think I've heard him speak before. And I was actually going to go and like find a couple of, see if I can find some interviews.
I've heard him being interviewed, but I wouldn't recognise the voice instantly or anything like that. But it might well be, but it depends on whether or not if he's going to get unmasked. And if the unmasked version has a lot of lines, that probably isn't Nathan Mitchell delivering those lines. But it's fucking hilarious, whoever is delivering the lines. I'm just so confused with the motivation of this character.
And is he going to have us, like, kill people in the future? Because, I've never really done that before. And I don't know if that was okay. It's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
But even with that, you can see A-Train kind of carefully considering how to answer the question. Like, in the end, he just kind of goes with the safe, just shut the fuck up and do what you're told. Like, but obviously then as the episode goes on, he grows. I was going to say his conscience gets the better of him, but I think he's starting to grow a conscience as opposed to having had one in the first place.
Because he's done the right thing in the past, but that was to benefit him. Like, he got
he got
Thingy's files, which one of your favourite lines.
Hey shitbirds. Sup shitbirds.
Just appearing in the back of the car. Like, but that suited his purpose as well, because she was a racist.
Oh, that was mostly to serve his purpose. It suited his goals that they also wanted to take her down, so he didn't have to get his hands dirty, as it were.
And I think maybe all the people shouting at him constantly, because I do love Ashley's fucking takedown of him in season 3, when she's like, now because it's happening to you, you want something? And she's like, I said that out loud, because it starts with her pulling the hank of hair out.
Speaking of Ashley's lines from season 3, when A-Train wakes up with the new heart and she's talking about him having, being back and he's going to have the movie, and she says in the movie, we'll have you growing up on the mean streets slinging yayo for gangbangers, which is exactly what Brink/Farrell says to him. And I was just like, that's a really nice touch.
No, you can come with me back to the suburbs. In your little fucking egg beater car.
And then A-Train calling it out, being like, the white savior coming to get me. And he's like, no, you save each other.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you can see A-Train's frustration, because he's still, like, he's very, very impotent. He has no control over anything, like.
No, and I think, maybe we're going to see, like, cause that we had our issues with A-Train. Not issues with A-Train, but last season we thought he was going to die, and we were like, that's kind of a good ending for him. But then when they kept him around, we were like, they'd better do something good with him. They can't just do the same old stuff.
Yeah, so I think he's going to probably step into the same position that Maeve was, where he's going to... because I think he's... Killing the 3 guys didn't sit well with him. You could see, like, he didn't actually kill...
And he didn't actually kill any of them.
But he still didn't want to do it.
One thing I forgot to mention last episode, which I really appreciated, when A-Train picks up Todd's body, or whoever's body it is he picks up first and runs out the door...
Because he's the closest to the door, because he makes the run for it.
The
squelchy running sound?
Yeah, it's not A-Train's normal running sound. It's a squelchy version of it, and I just thought that was fucking brilliant attention to detail. But yeah, after his origin movie, as it were, we cut to, you/not you in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
As Annie is watching Coleman on the news talking about the 2 Starlighter supporters
who've been arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah, these 2 poor guys who've just been picked up off the street and blamed for this.
Yeah, but we stay in the hospital and get our first bit of proper look at Hughie's mom. And find out she's not only working for Vought, but for Vought as a fucking MLM salesperson.
Oh, of course Vought has an MLM. And not only do they have an MLM, they have a fucking essential oils MLM, which is probably the most insidious one. So she's an oily hun. Her, and like she's like, I need 5,000 more to get to my red, white and blue caddy because it'll help sales.
I missed that line.
I was like, oh, of course you do.
But Hughie wants none of it.
Huh?
Hughie wants none of it.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, she does. She basically waltzes in, starts taking over, and he's like, why the fuck are you here?
Yeah.
And not only that, hello? Where have you been for the last, 11 years?
And I think, she's just trying to rush in and brush past all that. And
just because, you find out later that her and Hugh's dad have been talking for,
well, it's
the
in
last
that
year.
scene, yeah. She said,
he's
like, you can go now.
You guys can have the chat, but you and me haven't had that yet.
Yeah.
You might feel comfortable around each other, but no, you don't you haven't earned that yet. You literally left a 6-year-old, and when he tells the story, later on about... You walked me to school and you promised me you'd buy Billy Joel tickets, and then we just never saw you again. And saying he stood by the door for a week, and it's and she's like, oh, but you have to understand. It's no.
He didn't have to understand anything.
Well, number one, no dialogue is going to happen between you until he is able to express all of this hurt and all of this sadness.
Yeah, because
his mom left him.
He never even gets to why in this episode. He's still at the anger part and the hurt part, because it's just you have no right to be here. I don't want you here.
And then to be told as well that his dad has signed over power of attorney.
And has a DNR.
Yeah, has signed all that over to her. He has absolutely no control now over this situation. At least he felt well, it's just been me and my dad, so I should be the person to make decisions for him. But no, apparently he's given it back to my mom, who waltzed off without a care in her head. I do feel for Hughie in this. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot of emotion to process a lot of feelings, and I think you get that the whole way through, where he's kind of trying to come up with the comeback to her I promise.
Yeah. When he does storm in later on
and just yells the line at it. So not gonna lie, I have considered that on occasion. When you lose a fight or something, and you think of the perfect thing to say.
Yeah, 2 weeks later, walk back into a room,
ring up the person and just shout it down.
And another thing.
Just shout it down the phone at them and hang up.
But just to get that vindication.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of vindication, you were right last episode as we move on to Colin and Frenchie, as Frenchie tries to sneak out of Colin's bedroom.
Oh, I wish I hadn't been right. But...
you were like, I think Frenchie killed his family. And I was like, I think that's a lot to take from just him looking at a picture. But no, you were bang on.
Frenchie killed his whole family.
Well, we don't find out in that scene. We just see Frenchie trying to leave, and clearly something is wrong. Frenchie feels weird about something.
Yeah,
we
and
don't
he's being
find
all
out what in that
weird
scene.
And...
Yeah, it's just distant and stuff and he just says, he's glad that Colin's okay, and Colin's like, I'm glad you were there to save me, and you should take some time off work, and then they part and go their separate ways. And we see Kimiko in therapy, which I thought was
speech therapy, because
really,
she had started to make
therapy in general, but
she had started to make some sounds when she was in the hospital. She had started.
She made a sound anyway.
Yeah. But that was when she wasn't on the V. And your one does make some valid points about addressing traumas and stuff like that, but she's not ready to hear it.
No.
She has made a step by going to speech therapy, but she's not ready to face the fact that it's not there's not something physically wrong with her. It's a mental and emotional block.
Yeah, because I think...
Which, when you're kidnapped and then raised by a fucking guerrilla army...
Yeah, well, terrorists.
Yeah.
They're a terrorist group. Yeah, she doesn't have a particularly good go of it this episode. And, I think we're going to see where we saw or got really a lot of stuff for Frenchie's past last season.
Yeah, I think we might get more Kimiko's.
Yeah, not necessarily her past, but her dealing with her past.
Because you got at the end there that whole thing about burning a cell from the burning sun being in New York. Because they're the people that took her. I also like the fact that she was in a more comics accurate outfit. With the coat?
Oh, yeah, the
coat, the boots, the whole lot. I want the whole outfit.
Oh, yeah, looks great.
So good. And also shit-faced Kimiko, very fun. And who hasn't lied to their mates about how much they've drunk?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That scene later on is great.
I just like the way she says, or both, and then does the hand symbol for it.
But before we get to that, we see Butcher finally coming clean and telling the guys he's not got very long to live, and none of them are particularly happy with him.
And then he immediately gets fired.
And then, he gets his ass fired. But we do find out that it's been 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, says that he's been lying for 6 months.
The last 6 months,
So assuming that that means it's 6 months since he got the diagnosis, and we saw him get the diagnosis at the end of season 3, that's how long has passed between then and
Gen V has happened in the middle of this.
Yeah.
So at some point.
So Butcher gets the sack.
Just, mind you, I'm immediately vindicated because I was like, don't let him go. Like, you're better off knowing where Butcher is. Because Butcher's fucking crazy.
Well, yeah, you're not. Hang on.
They go off on a surveillance mission, and who's fucking there?
He shows up anyway, but I don't know that counts as vindication yet, because Butcher showing up there isn't Butcher going off and following his own agenda yet. That was Butcher trying to show them, you still need me.
Yeah.
I think the next episode after...
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Butcher is going to go to Kessler.
Yeah, now that MM's properly cut him loose by the end of the episode, he's probably going to go to Kessler and going to go like hardcore, because Kessler seems like another Butcher. And
Kessler's like old guard. Might means right.
Do we need Butcher squared?
Yay!
And we already saw Butcher go off on his own last season. It didn't work too well then either. But we get to see Ryan's branding next.
Oh, his
homeboy.
His backstory meeting. Always happy to see Seth and Evan.
I just love how quickly...
he changes the storyline.
He changes when Homelander lands and tearfully says, no tears. And proudly says, he doesn't miss a beat.
Still alive.
Huh?
That's how they're still alive. That's why Seth and Evan haven't been killed yet. Well, poor Seth.
Well, yeah, poor Seth has
had a few work-related injuries.
Yes. That's one way of putting it.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant, the whole thing of he's country boy, and then just feels something is off about his life and that he's destined for greatness. And then Homelander arrives one day.
And is like, you're my dad. And then Sage is like, well, no, because...
Yeah, we need a lone savior kind of thing.
Yeah, lone white male savior. It's like Hollywood has totally groomed us to accept that. And she's like, Neo and Luke Skywalker, and I can't remember who else she says.
Neo, Harry Potter, and Luke Skywalker, I think. But Ashley is none too pleased at all.
Oh, the evilness. She's like, fuck you. And then she tries to dress her down in the elevator.
That's not... Well, the dress down is brilliant because what Sage
I was like, read her to filth.
Yeah, what Sage says is fucking brilliant. But then what she says to the Deep after Ashley insults the Deep and leaves, I'm like, does she believe that, or is she...
Is she meddling?
Like, she doesn't strike me as the type who would be superior about Soups, because I don't think she thinks that Soups are any smarter than the rest of them. But is she just trying to see who she can get to follow Homelander's Soups are better?
Yeah.
Line, you know what I mean? So she's if he takes that bait and does what he does to Ashley, she knows, in the same way that she does later on in the episode
with Firecracker.
Firecracker, of seeing what she's really about. Is it that, or does she actually believe in Soup superiority? That's my big thing with Sage.
She believes in a new world order that she will fashion.
Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to see where the split in her actions is between things she's doing for her plans with Homelander and things she's doing purely for her own benefit. Because I assume this isn't a stupid woman. Like, she has a plan beyond Homelander's plan.
Like, we were talking about her being very similar to
Lex,
and the comparison has also been made of her to Osmandius.
Yeah,
as well.
Veidt.
Huh?
Adrian Veidt.
Veidt,
just in case people think we're talking about the ancient Egyptian ruler.
Oh, Ramses?
Yeah.
So I reckon she has her own subplot going on.
Oh, definitely.
In the background. I think the thing with the Deep is also just to kind of fuck with the people in charge. She
definitely fuck with Ashley.
Yeah, I think she is gunning for Ashley, and if she can make Ashley quit,
I think
she likes to just push people as well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what way she pushes Ashley.
Yeah.
Because we saw Ashley come close to a break last season when Starlight was pleading with her about Maeve.
Yeah.
And she very nearly tells her and then goes back to CEO girl boss Ashley.
Yeah, well, that's because she knows Homelander will kill her.
But as Sage pointed out to her in the elevator, you need to make yourself useful, or else you're going to end up
get up some lactation.
Yeah, when you run out of use for Homelander, what do you think he's going to do? Because you know way too much about what he gets up to for you to just be.
You know way too much about what they all get up to.
Yeah, he's not just going to fire you.
And she knows things like the woods, which makes me quite think. Then does Sage know about stuff like that?
I don't.
Like, she's been in Vought Tower now. Do you think the first place she's not gone has been into covert files?
More importantly, does anybody at Vought know about the virus? Because it sounds...
And the fact that the virus has gone missing.
Well, no. Do they even know about its existence? Because they weren't supposed to be developing the virus, or at least not that virus for Vought. No. Because isn't it that what Cardosa says?
It's supposed to be one to control them, not to kill them.
To control them, not kill them, yeah.
I thought it would just make them sick. And she was like, do you want Vought knowing what you've been doing down here?
So Vought definitely don't know that the virus is lethal anyway, or might not know the virus is lethal. Whether or not Homelander knows about the virus, probably not.
No, he would have done something about it by now.
Well, I'd imagine that the virus may well be a plan for Homelander. Especially what Butcher had said the last episode about it not being strong enough to kill him yet.
Yeah.
That might have been the ultimate goal. Or just to keep the soups in line anyway was the...
Yeah, but then, like, why were they doing things like using Sam to make Luke stronger? Did they think that maybe he might have been able... If they were able to use Kate to control him, could they have used him? Because all he has to do is grab a hold of Homelander and then burn him.
Yeah.
It's just getting a hold of him.
Why specifically were they? Because the purpose of the woods wasn't solely the virus.
Because Kate had such a hold over Luke as well. It'd be easy enough for Kate to persuade him to go and take on Homelander.
I think we're getting distracted though.
Yeah.
Because the really important thing that we've skipped over is the fact that the Deep is on Peter's bestiality watch list.
Of course he is. Like, I don't like Peter. I think
fuck Peter. Hypocrites. Unequivocally, fuck Peter.
Yeah. Like, go eat big old bag of dicks.
But that's still hilarious.
That is still hilarious. On a side note, I also want to include the Sea Shepherd with them. And the fact that they have a ship called the Steve Irwin is a disgrace.
Fuck Sea Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yes, fuck Sea Shepherd.
Yeah, the fact that they have a ship called the Steve Irwin, which crashed, I believe, into a Japanese whaler, endangering all lives on board last week.
Oh no, it's not a crash, Kira. That's called ramming. Yeah. Because they did it intentionally.
Yeah,
that's what they
endangering all lives on board. Again, yeah.
Anyway, sidetracked again.
Yeah.
The boys are making a plan. They're making a plan about what to do because they've copped because of when they went following Todd, they saw what they saw.
Yeah, they've gone through all the photos. He's identified her. They're doing like the briefing about it.
Yeah, they figured that.
And they're like, how did they get the body? They entered this building. How did they show up here? And that's when...
They're like, it was probably A-Train.
Yeah, and he was like, that had to be A-Train. That's the only person who could have done it. She's like, right, I'm going to go and have a go at him. Because she's basically the only one who can. And Hughie's like, right, well, I'll go here. And he just turns around to Eminem and is like, I have to stay close for my dad.
I need to stay close, yeah.
And Eminem's just like, understood, move on. Which is funny when later on Butcher is like, Hughie's fucked off. It's like, no, he hasn't. His dad's had a fucking stroke, which you are aware of.
Is he though? Oh, he is, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, because he hugged him in the previous episode. It's like, that you're aware of. But you don't even have the compassion for another human to be like, well, Hughie's not here because his dad's sick. He's like, no, Hughie's fucked off and that's your failing?
Yeah.
But like, that makes no sense. And he doesn't mention Annie when he's talking about the boys. He never mentions Annie. And then later on he says, you're not one of us.
Well, he says, you're not one of us earlier on when he's in the scene where he's telling them all that he's about to die. That's where he says, you're not one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think when he's talking to MM later about all of MM's failings, some of it's true, but he's making it seem worse than it is because he wants to be back in charge.
Oh, he's gaslighting the fuck out of him.
Yes.
Like now we're starting to see like his narcissism coming out. Like you're starting to see more of his parallels with Homelander.
Yeah, well, he says that like earlier on he had said like, I won't let you take the boys off me.
No.
And MM's like, what?
And he would rather break he's like he would rather break the toy than share it.
Yeah, he's certainly getting there.
Like, yeah, and also the fact that he like Homelander is being faced with his own mortality. He has 6 months to live. Homelander's aging thing is really beginning to fuck with him.
Oh yeah, because is it
my god, with them talking about the VFX.
No, we haven't gotten to that yet.
But the whole, like, a big plot point this season seems to be Homelander's inability to grasp his own, like, he's being very much faced with his own vulnerability. He's human. He's aging.
Well, yeah, he's like,
he can't do anything about it. It's becoming obvious. He's like,
I want to leave a legacy for my son. But as we see later
he doesn't
on in the
want
episode,
to share that legacy.
Yeah, leaving a legacy requires stepping away from the limelight, and he's not ready for that yet.
Yeah, because we were saying that because it's almost the reverse to like Polarity and Andre, where Polarity was like physically like trying to push him, like mother, like bird,
and against Andre's will or wishes, like
it was basically, what was it? Those birds that nest up on the cliffs and the little babies jump and just go.
I think there's a few birds that do that.
Yeah, but the parents, if they won't go, just like
they'll push them out.
Push them. That's kind of like Andre and Polarity. Where Polarity was like, "You will be famous."
And that's kind of Homelander and Ryan, except Homelander just can't get there.
Well, Homelander really did push him off a roof.
Well, that too.
No, Homelander's very much helicopter parenting it. He's very stage mommy.
But to bring it back to Butcher, it will be interesting to see how much of what he says at the end of the episode is true, and whether or not it is actually about getting Ryan away from Homelander, or is it just about killing Homelander. Which will also get Ryan away from Homelander.
Yeah, if he's seeing Becca, I think it's now his priorities are going to shift, and it's going to be, it used to be kill Homelander, get Ryan.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be get Ryan, kill Homelander, because taking Ryan away from Homelander will be as devastating to him at this point.
Yeah.
As just straight up killing him. So I think now, especially because he's like, I have to do this one last thing for Becca because she's in my head and she won't leave me alone about it.
Well, yeah, he mentions the nagging angel. That's why he comes clean.
Yeah, that's your conscience, dude. Yeah. Like, that's what that is. That little voice in the back that's like, don't do it, it's bad. It's like,
yeah,
you should pay attention to that one.
But it's after that then that we have Ryan's rehearsal. And we get the line towards the end of the scene about removing the wrinkles from Dawn of the Seven costume.
Does Noir, when they're doing the rehearsal bit, does Noir just straight up snap that extra's neck?
I don't think
so. Because there's an audible crunch and you're like, because he gets it and he'd go thump and like snaps. And there's a crunch and your man drops and you see the other extra getting up and walking off, but you don't see him getting up.
We'll have to rewatch it a third time. I love I love the running gag in this episode of,
I don't know the direction.
Are we killing people today or not?
Oh yeah, are we supposed to be killing the guy? But also more of Noir's continued, I don't understand my character's motivation and my character's direction, and even the Deep is like, you don't talk, shut up.
And then Homelander's
my God,
you
Muff
don't
Taco.
Talk. Sorry, still talking.
Motherfucking Muff Taco.
Oh, yeah, you fucking Muff Taco.
Oh my God, so funny. Muff Cabbage. Muff Cabbage!
Muff Taco.
But it's especially now because Cassandra's gone and the Deep has reverted to idiot frat boy mentality.
Well, except for the end of that scene where after the rehearsal is done, he walks up to Ashley and becomes a fucking dickhead. Yeah. And I mean, like, Ashley's horrible too, and the Deep's not nice either.
Yeah.
But I prefer Deep when he's the
idiot.
Yeah, when he's the lovable idiot.
Yeah, when he's got a little bit of like golden retriever energy going on.
Yeah, I didn't like it when he got mean toward like A-Train last season either. It was just like, it's just nasty, and it's like, I prefer him as the lovable idiot. Him
and A-Train when A-Train punches him in the gills.
Yeah, that scene.
That's funny though.
Well, the fight they have was hilarious.
The fight's hilarious, but the lead up to it was mean. Like, he's mean. Yeah. He's a mean girl at heart. Like, yeah, he is. Like,
I suppose. I just don't like it. I prefer it when he's doing stupid things and like rescuing dolphins and
failing badly at it. Well, don't forget, he's still got his octopus in the tank.
He still has Ambrosius in the tank. Yeah. Oh, but we get to see the stunt coordinator on screen. Yay! Because Koi is John Koyama.
John Koyama, who
the stunt coordinator for this in Gen V.
Has done shitloads of stuff. Very briefly.
Yeah, nice to see him on screen, but I think it's safe to say he won't be coming back.
No. No. But do you remember those little army men, those sticky army men you used to get out of the coin machines where you put like the pound in and like rotate it?
The ones that had like the sticky arms and legs and they'd flip down things.
Yeah, I kind of was hoping he would come down the building like that a little bit.
Yeah, just the leg drop was great.
Yeah, but I wanted to, or at least to hear some sort of squelch.
Yeah.
Because it's very rare that they go up and don't come back down.
gravity tends to affect.
Well, no, like even like when you think about the very first episode when Homelander throws that guy,
yeah,
and you see him coming down on the parked car.
No, I think the leg was just enough.
Yeah, but poor Ryan.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
I'm sorry, the kid that Ryan was rescuing deserves a fucking Oscar. Because she's like, you saved me after all that's gone on.
It's like, still got to read the line.
Still got to do the line. And then Homelander just pushes her out of the way and calls her, good girl.
But yeah, no, we're getting ahead of ourselves because
it's so funny,
after the rehearsal scene is the boys showing up at the con and seeing Butcher's already there ahead of them.
Yeah, well, they're talking about when they're talking about the VFX, there's the brilliant line about them being neck and neck wrinkle. With Sex in the City too.
Yeah.
For VFX budget. No, I love it. That whole scene is so funny because it is more of Homelander not being able to cope with aging.
I was a little bit worried for Seth and Evan when they were having that conversation.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But yeah, no, after that the guys get to the con and
oh my god,
Butcher's already there and it's like, hey look, I'm a private citizen now, I can go where I want and do what I want.
It looks like one of these like not sleazy motels, but one of these like conference centers with a hole.
Well, it's a VOT conference center
with a hole attached, with a hotel attached. However, I've never been in a hotel where you can just walk up and help yourself to some scrambled egg, like right inside the door. Was that weird to you? That was weird to me. Why was there a hot buffet? I didn't spot the
door scrambled egg, to be honest with you.
Butcher, they literally walk in the door and Butcher is spooning scrambled egg onto a plate.
Sorry. I think that's a restaurant attached to the centre.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that was the hotel lobby.
Like just straight up out of a fridge.
Yeah, no,
staff get fired for that sort of shit.
Yeah, come to our hotel lobby. We have fucking egg salad right here. No, I don't. I think that was a restaurant.
No,
because then they go from there into the convention centre.
Yes. I've never been in a convention like that. We did go to like a spirituality one where people thought they could like communicate with ghosts and shit.
Yeah, for a laugh, I'd like to make that absolutely
we didn't
clear.
Go to it seriously,
not because we believe in any of that shit.
It was free, which I think is the only reason we went
any more than I believe in the conspiracy shit that they've got going on here, or that this is supposed to represent in the real world.
Of people like that, I really do fear them because they get so into their beliefs.
I know. I've met a few. There was a real conspiracy nut who was staying in that hostel.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
And then
he was not fun.
No, and there was the guy who used to come in to us when we worked in night shift who wore the QAnon t-shirt, who was an otherwise nice guy, but I was like, you're wearing a fucking QAnon t-shirt.
I think he just didn't want to get into a fight with me. It was more fun to fight with you because he would look like he was shouting down. No, he didn't
fight with me either. That was the nice thing, was that he just didn't get when I realized it was a QAnon t-shirt. I was like, oh god, QAnon, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, nah, he was like, you don't want to get into it, and I was like, no, I really don't want to get into it, and he was like, that's fine, let's just not talk about it, and I was like, cool, because I don't think that he should have those beliefs, but at the same time I didn't want to get into a conversation with him at fucking 3 a.m. about why I should believe in half the shit the Firecracker goes on about here.
Yeah, well, like I had to look up some of that because I was like, what the fuck is she on about? And you were telling me about that
adrenochrome,
and I was like, but hang on, I know the endocrine system. It don't make that.
No, it just like, and I get it, like what Firecracker says to Sage later on.
Oh, about giving them purpose. That's so
the draw.
True.
That is the draw of conspiracies. I get it. Like,
it's the same thing with those churches who prey on people who are like sick and are desperate.
Yeah, it was the same thing with those dickhead psychics at that fair that we did actually go to. It's purpose and it's hope. That's what those people sell, and it's false a lot of the time, or 99.99%.
I have a real issue with the churches that are like, you can pray away the illness. I really have an issue with them. You know, the ones that are like,
if you're hurting people or if you're taking their money. Yeah, I have a problem with it.
Yeah, if you're preying on people who are in a vulnerable position, I'm going to have an issue with you.
Like, I don't necessarily have a problem with, say, like, the likes of Graham Hancock and his Ancient Alien stuff, beyond the fact that it is vaguely racist to believe in that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like, he's not really harming anybody. But then some of these other conspiracy people
and in a way with Graham
are.
Hancock, because he's talking about, for a lot of people wouldn't know about all of these sites worldwide if it wasn't for the Ancient Aliens guys.
But like,
what annoys me about them is you know so much about all these sites, but you're so blinded by your preconceived notions of that man couldn't have made this, that you can't appreciate the site for the fucking immense progress it was. Like, how can you not look at Sexy Woman and be like, that's so cool, we did that?
Well, any of it, like, but
yeah, but also there's that whole racism aspect.
He's not trying to sell anything beyond books.
Yeah,
and he's not trying to make you buy it, but he's not trying to say that, like, you know, your life will be
he's not on a
worse
crusade.
if you don't buy my book.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, these sort of conspiracy people and those sort of psychics and those sort of churches, they want your fucking money and they're gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to hurt your life. And you see it with that guy who's getting the autograph off Firecracker. He says he hasn't talked to his family in 3 years. Anybody from his family in 3 years.
Because a lot of these do. They work in the same mindset as cults, which is isolationist.
Separate you from... Yeah.
And it's so sad to see, like, because there's been a lot of people in the last couple of years that, like, who have lost family members to these sort of conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah. Well, the one that I think...
Well, even a friend of ours, not remember in 2012 when people thought that the world was going to end?
Yeah.
And somebody we know genuinely did. Like, he sold all of his stuff and he did go, like, missing. He was, like, going to go live in the woods.
Yeah.
And he went missing for about 3-4 months. And then somebody was like, oh, it's okay. Somebody made contact with him. And everybody, like, it was a genuine sigh of relief for the rest of us because we were like, oh, he's nuts. He's not going to go and do it. And he went and fucking did it.
Yeah.
And we were all like, oh shit. And they were like, yeah, December 21st, 2012. He was like, yep, gone, gotten rid of everything in his life and went off to live in the woods.
Yeah. And you even
that was somebody that we had known for quite a while and was up until that point a, like, sane, rational human who
to a degree anyway.
Who just got into all this stuff, and a lot of it was the Graham Hancock stuff about how the Mayan calendar and the world was going to end in 2012, and just got
it wasn't Graham Hancock.
Was it the DMT stuff?
No, that was kind of part of it. It wasn't Graham Hancock. It's that other English guy who's even more nuts. He was like a footballer or something really random, or a TV pundit for football before David Icke.
David Icke,
lizard people.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, the lizard people one is fucking hilarious.
The Queen is a lizard and all that shit. That's David Icke.
Lizard people, I'm down for lizard people, and crab people, that is funny. And we will all be crabs.
He read Graham Hancock too, but it was the David Icke stuff that he started to get heavily into.
But nobody kind of realised because it was so insidious.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw it in season 2 with the
indoctrination of, like,
the guy who shoots the grocery store clerk.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that shit happens, and you see it in this episode, and it is like when that dude's talking about not having talked to his family in 3 years, I was like, that's fucking sad. Yeah, man.
But Sage, like, that's what makes Sage so incredibly dangerous, because she's targeting the people that know what they're doing.
Oh yeah. So she doesn't want a
she
believer
already has
in
quite
that
a
bullshit.
big platform as well, so it's not going to take much for her to slowly alter those beliefs and bring people around, because they're already pro Homelander.
Yeah, and that's why she wants to know that firecracker is selling something, as opposed to believing it and trying to convert people. Yeah. Because if she's selling something, here, look, I want you to sell something slightly different.
Yeah.
Here's what I want you to sell now.
Yeah.
Whereas if she believes all that bullshit about Starlight, she's not going to go for whatever Sage is selling.
Yeah. Can we just have a brief moment for the total shitness of Firecracker's power?
I'm strong too.
I think we may have found somebody worse than Jubilee.
But is this why she's got such a fucking hate boner for Starlight? Because Starlight has a similar power to her, but better.
Oh my god, she can't get it up. It's so funny. It was just a little, like, poof. It was like, oh, love.
And I was like, because at first I was like, is that her just giving a small demonstration? But then Sage goes, oh, that was lackluster.
And she's like, oh no, well, I'm strong too.
So I was like, oh shit, that is all she can do. Because she doesn't, when she's fighting Kimiko later, she doesn't use anything beyond
No, she uses sidearms. And
and
that Wonder Bra is doing the Lord's work for her.
Yeah. Agreed.
In that outfit with the little Daisy Dukes.
I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit on Splinter's team.
Oh, no, it's a red head covered in firearms. I was expecting you to be totally obsessed with it.
Well, what's the firearms got to do with anything?
Nothing, it was a red head.
Yeah. That'll do.
The firearms is just a bonus.
Firearms are blocking the view. No, we get to... Where were we, actually?
I don't know.
We got sidetracked by cults and shit.
But you also, the fact that that's what those things look like, and I'm sure some of those were actually tame compared to some of these conventions.
Oh, yeah, I'd say if it was a real convention, MM and Kimiko would have gotten shit almost straight away.
Yeah, I don't think they would have been allowed in.
Especially because there was, like, open white supremacy stuff there.
Oh, yeah,
it wasn't even hidden. So, yeah, there was bound to have been somebody who would have caused shit there.
Yeah, we don't like your type around here, like...
But yeah, they go into the convention hall and they find Firecracker's speech. Well, they follow Sage into Firecracker's
Kimiko's
speech.
split off at this point because there's the thing about freeing the trafficked children. And she's having a little bit, obviously, it's very triggering for her. She leaves, gets a beer. Not a good idea.
She fucking hammers that beer down. And then goes for another one.
Yeah. Also, there was just beer freely available in that lobby.
I don't think that was freely available. But they go in, they watch Firecracker's speech.
Oh, yeah, so we get Splinter. Because I was watching going, those guys look really similar. Oh, they're all the same guy. And then you find out his name is Splinter. And I was like, no, Master Splinter. And then you were going, is that Rob Benedict? Because he has no beard. And it's like, you know when you see somebody with a beard all the time?
Yeah.
Without it, you kind of are looking at them like, you're not you.
Well, case in point, this season.
Yeah. You're not you.
But yeah.
What's his t-shirt say? It's like
Starlight's a pedo.
Starlight's a pedo,
Starlight's a pedo. No, I thought it was him pretty quick when you were like, that's all the same guy. I was like, oh shit, that's Rob Benedict's character, because I remembered in the trailer you see him splitting apart.
Actually, when he does the mitosis thing.
That looks fucking
deadly. Why was there the long stringer? On one of them, when he splits off, there's a big long, like, because you know you can kind of see the flesh.
Oh,
where
like
the stringers, like mozzarella. Yeah. But one is like popping out of his back as well, because the first one splits perfectly in half.
Yeah.
And then as he's splitting more, they're like coming out of his back and all sorts.
Yeah, no, the effect they use for that's really cool.
It does not look comfortable.
No, doesn't.
And I would imagine that bloke eats his own fucking body weight just for calories for that.
Yeah. Well, I think some of the powers just work however
because he doesn't seem to be like super strong or anything. He's just like sheer numbers. Because
that's one of the things that Butcher says after Firecracker has their talk, and they go out and they're kind of following her and they watch her have that conversation with Firecracker that we've talked about. Well,
Frenchie's gone to follow.
Frenchie goes
to follow Splinter off to see what he's doing, because he's like, there's a load of them. They're kind of weird.
Yeah, they're just having a sex train because Frenchie hears a weird noise and looks in again. And he's lucky that Splinter didn't try and attack him.
Oh, that was I'm a fan of the human centipede, but I did not need to see that.
when he's like,
I didn't want. I was just like, oh, this is so bad.
There was so much gross attention to detail, because one of the Splinters has a big like sweaty mouth.
I wasn't looking that closely at any of them, to be perfectly honest.
As they did the like.
And I'm going to assume that was Prime at the very head of the train.
The one looking at the photo, probably.
Yeah, and Jack in it, yeah. Because he's also the only one that doesn't have pink eye later on.
Oh, that was so funny. It's not what it looks like.
Oh, God.
But yeah, well, when they go off looking for him, Frenchie and Kimiko have that talk about where
he's like, you're drunk, and she's like, no, I'm not, I only had one beer, and then it just keeps going up. Because we've all done that. We've all lied about how many we had to drink.
Well, she's honest at the end when Frenchie's actually honest with her and is like, no, look, the whole thing with me and Colin and why I'm being weird, it's nothing to do with you. Like, thank you for your concern about me, I appreciate it, but honestly, it's nothing to do with you. And she goes, okay, 8 beers. I just love it. It's like, fine, you were honest with me, so I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, but it's like fucking
A-Train speeding bullet ale.
Yeah, but it's only like 3%.
Did it say that?
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't drink an awful lot. And when you
she drank a whole bottle of wild turkey the last episode. Mind you, she was shotgunning them. Yeah. So the bubbles alone would make you feel a bit sick.
Yeah. And she didn't look like totally hammered. I think she was just
tipsy.
Because she's like looking over her shoulder to grab the phone and send the message to Colin.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, back to Powers. Because after the stuff with Splinter, the guys go, well, MM and Butcher go and follow Sage and hear the conversation that she has with Firecracker about who's selling what.
Yeah.
And Butcher was like, right, so let's go grab her.
Yeah, we need to go and grab Sage now.
But he says she doesn't have any powers, right? Yeah. And MM's like, beyond her brain, no.
And she's only little. She's only like 5'2" as well. So she'd be the most like, nab her. She's the brains of the operation.
But we were talking in the last episode about about what powers V gives you, and I was saying that in the early days of the show, we saw people like Mesmer just get his face smashed in. We saw that dude in Sage Grove just get shot with bullets.
Yeah.
But now it seems to be that, by and large, most of the soups are like bulletproof and stuff. And then this episode comes around.
They seem to, it seems to be like they modified the formula so that they all have. Like,
I don't even know if it is that, because some of them would seem to be different ages, and I think it's just literally a mixed bag of
whatever you get.
Sometimes you get strength and durability and a power, like Firecracker. So she's got her crappy finger snappy power.
Yeah, because she does hold her own in that fight against Kimiko. I'm sorry, whoever decided to have them fight into the photo booth and then have the photo booth take the pictures. And you see the 4 pictures with like their head, like hairs being pulled and faces are being like smushed into things.
But then, no, I'm thinking that it must just be a case then that it is like, so your A-Trains and your Starlights and your Firecrackers all have a power plus a base level of strength
they all
and
seem
durability.
To be different tiers, so I'd say that was what like the junior pageants and stuff that Vought used to have. That's probably to weed out who's got what powers. And then you've got other ones like Marie who didn't develop theirs until puberty.
Yeah, but
like poor the Deep saying like when he was 8 or 9 and everything in Red Lobster was shouting.
But just in terms of the strength and durability factor, it doesn't seem to be as cut as dry as I thought it was the last episode. Some soups do have it, and some don't, because Splinter definitely doesn't.
No,
but Firecracker does seem to, because she was able to hold her own against Kimiko, and based on what said and Butcher said, Sage
doesn't seem
Sage
to
is
have
more
any.
like Mesmer and Splinter, and she could get taken out with a bullet.
Even thingy that they had that was in Payback, who's nuts. Well, he's got bipolar. He was on the lithium.
Yeah, well, he just got his face smashed in, but that was by a superhero.
Yeah,
so I'm assuming soups can take out other soups. Like, I'm not counting Blind Spot because it was Homelander who smashed his face in. So
same with Alex.
Yeah, I'm not counting Alex either, but we've seen
people get lasered by Homelander. We've seen soups get lasered and die, but we've also seen soups get lasered and live.
Yeah, so again, there does seem to be a varying strength. It's not as like I was saying last episode. I thought it was just early in the days they hadn't established the way the powers work, but now it seems like everybody is bulletproof.
Whereas it seems like as well,
I was wrong.
Maeve couldn't really take a blast off the lasers for as long.
No.
Yeah, so like there is, it just seems to be a complete spectrum at this point. It just seems like whatever you get, and they have to test you for it. Kind of like Baby's Day Out.
Well, plus I think did one in the Payback flashback in Nicaragua. I think one of them got shot. Doesn't die from it, but
did get shot
when Mallory's kind of come to and is wandering around and everything's still kind of going off. She sees, I think it's one of the TNT twins holding one of the other ones, and he has been shot or something.
Yeah, it makes sense as the TNT
so yeah,
twins.
some are bulletproof,
and
some
Swatto, or whatever the fuck his name was, he got blown up.
Who? Swatto, he got blown up with a rocket launcher, but that's not a bullet. So, but I was wrong. Some are bulletproof, some aren't.
And in fairness, they learn from Translucent that if you can't get them with bullets, you just got to capture it and insert them with bait them.
Yeah, there's a way.
Frenchie just needs enough time to
figure it out.
Yeah.
But we leave the convention for a while then, and we go and see Hughie and Annie track down A-Train. And they have a little bit of a conversation about his mom and Annie kind of becoming Starlight again.
Yeah, because Starlight is very much a separate personality for her, and she wants to separate herself from everything that Vought has basically tainted with this. And I was like, well, then just make a new character that stands for everything, but you've also continued on with like Starlight House.
Yeah.
And your face is on everything, and you're the face of this major campaign. Like, I understand that you don't want to be associated with that, but you can also
branding and symbolism, and being a symbol is important. Make yourself a new symbol. Make
yourself a new symbol, and just be like, look, I don't want to be associated with that because that was Vought, so this is like for a bright, fresh new future. We're going to go with like something else.
Yeah.
You know, just do that. You know about rebranding.
Similar but different. Yeah. Go to a rival firm.
Yeah, and be honest and explain to everybody that you don't want to be known as that. Like, just do one interview that's like, I don't want to be called Starlight anymore because
Starlight worked for Vought. Now I am.
For Vought. She was associated with all of this stuff. You know, I don't want that taint.
Yeah.
That vaunty taint on stuff. So yeah, make yourself a new character.
Yeah.
Because they probably still hold all the licensing for Starlight because they're assholes like point.
That. Yeah. But yeah, they have their conversation, and then we see A-Train show up with Nate's 2 kids, and he's telling them a story about a terrorist attack in a cinema in Idaho. And then Nate shows up and is like, hey, guess what? That's all bullshit.
And I was like, yay, Nathan! But also, no, this isn't going to be good, because the first thing he says is, you kids know, but like he gives out to the kids, and we're like, you're going behind my back to see him. I told you not to do that.
Yeah.
He, and then gives Reggie a good old dressing down. In only the way that a close, loving person can do.
Yeah.
Like, that was a real come to Jesus moment. Like, because when he had the moment with him, when Nathan told him that he didn't want to see him in the previous season.
Yeah.
Nathan was still really angry.
Oh, yeah. And
Nathan's
fresh,
not angry anymore. He's just done with him.
He's done, and he's disappointed, and he knows he just knows there's, as far as he's concerned, at least, he knows that Reggie's never going to change. That's just who he is.
Yeah.
And he proved that to him by killing Blue Hawk.
Yeah.
That was the final straw for him.
Yeah. He was like, I don't want anything to do, because you keep missing the point, and no matter what I've tried to tell you over the years growing up, you've never gotten it. And like, he had
you're not a hero, and you never will be.
None of your saves are real. They're all fake. And that you tried to rebrand yourself for these African roots, and that was all fake. Like, you've never cared about the community that you came from, because if you did, you wouldn't have ignored us for so long.
Yeah, and I think that's what I wanted to see. Like I said, if they're going to keep A-Train around, I want him to be challenged.
He needs to realize that it is about more than just him.
Yeah, he only wanted to rebrand last season to stay relevant.
No, but now he's starting to realize that they're all right. Everybody having a go at him has finally gotten through to him, and he's like, yeah, he's after seeing 2 innocent people being framed for murder, and he finally has an opportunity to actually do the right thing without being glory seeking.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a small thing.
Like, this isn't good. Them 2 being let go isn't going to benefit him. It's just going to make Homelander more crazy.
And also, they are black.
They're black, yeah.
And he kept talking about wanting to help the community.
Yeah.
The last season, he's actually done something to help.
Which is
help black people.
All the home teamers, I'm going to assume it's the same as the same demographic as currently exist in the US that are in those type of groups. So,
I mean, because they make it so hard to tell. They veil it so well in the show.
Yeah. I know. Out there in their khaki with their little tiki torches.
We know who those people are, yeah.
But like, all the people in the home teamers, like, of course they're going to blame it on 2 black guys.
Oh yeah, they're going
to play the racist angle as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, that's I think it's important that it is A-Train choosing to help specifically 2 black people,
because he gets
nothing out of it.
And even he doesn't like Sage, but this is bigger than his resentment of Sage. And he knows that by Sage being there, considering his first interaction with Sage coming back is them beating 3 guys to death, and her very clearly calling the shots.
I don't think it's anything to do with the fact that she's there and she's calling the shots.
But Sage being there has put his guard up as well, because Sage is far more dangerous than any of the rest of them.
That's, I think, what he's worried about is, like, it was one thing with Homelander, but now Homelander has this really smart person working for him,
who's got a chip the size of fucking New York on her shoulder.
The first thing that they do is have us try and kill these 3, or make us kill these 3 guys,
and then cause a riot and plant them,
frame these other black guys. Yeah, I don't think it's nothing to do with Sage. It's all to do with what Nate said to him, and I think wanting to actually be a hero, if not for being a hero, for doing the right thing.
Yeah,
like, that's what it'd be like. He wants to, like where Annie was, she wants to actually save people. I think he's starting to go towards there, and important that it is different from the time he gave them the info on Stormfront, because this doesn't benefit him.
No.
If anything, it's going to make his life harder.
Make his life a lot harder, because Homelander.
Yeah, even if it doesn't get out that he got them that information.
Like, it's not going to damage the home teamers that much, the fact that these 2 guys were let off.
No, they'll just blame it on somebody else.
They'll be like, oh, well, these murderers are still out there. They'll do it that way, and they'll run with the fear and all of that stuff, and Cameron Coleman will just be pumping out more
But at least A-Train has helped those two guys.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's for him.
And that gives Annie the kick in the ass that she needs to actually stop flip-flopping on the issue and give the people a symbol to rally behind. Like, because you can't start a movement and then fuck off.
Because, yeah,
it doesn't work like that, Nigel Farage.
When he shows up to give them the stuff, and he says, you know, it's thanks for not accosting me in front of my family. And Annie's like, well, I was gonna anyway, and you deserved it, so you can thank Hughie.
Because him and Hughie had that moment where
they had that moment where he actually
genuinely apologized to him, and then he tried, like, and that was like, he saw him there. He was like, he'd gone to Herogasm specifically to kill Blue Hawk.
Yeah,
but did take the time out to, when he saw Hughie, to be like, do you know what? I am actually genuinely sorry. I should never have done that.
Yeah, it was a bit more complicated than that. But yeah, he did genuinely apologize. He did
apologize to him.
Genuinely apologize
before going off to
and then
run Blue Hawk into the ground.
And while Hughie's response wasn't the right one at the time, I'm sure Hughie remembers that moment. Yeah. And then in this scene, when Annie tells him, you'd have deserved it too, he says, I agree. Yeah. And then fucks off.
Yeah, so he's showing some humility because it's the same when they were going through all the possible new members of the Seven.
Yeah.
He's very reserved because he had been all like brash and big balls, you know, and now he's like, they gave me a heart and I'm not sure what I think about it.
Yeah,
I'm hanging around because they gave me a heart and shit's going weird and I don't really want to be here, but they gave me a heart.
I don't think it's out of loyalty. I don't think it's out of loyalty.
No, and they can take it away if they want to.
Well, yeah.
We replaced your heart with a baked potato. You have 3 seconds to live.
But back over at the convention.
Oh, good lord, that convention.
I think we are kind of mixing scenes around a little bit here, but we'll cover them all, don't worry. After Sage and Firecracker have that talk, fucks Butcher out of it and throws him outside because Butcher's like, nah, we're going to go get her. And MM's like, no, we're not. I'm going to throw you out. Throws him outside.
Yeah, go home.
And
what? It's like shouting at a dog. Go home. You know?
He's just, Butcher just won't give over until actually decks
him.
It
was so low though, because he made a comment about Monique.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
He was golden. Low. He wanted the punch, and calls him on it. He's like, "You won't feel guilt until it's fucking beaten into you."
Yep.
So let me beat some into you.
Yeah, he beats him and then tells him, "Is like, look, I only ever put up with as much bullshit from you as I did because I thought it might go back to the old way, but like that's clear."
Yeah, we were almost brothers. Like that's never gonna happen now.
And then something happens that I'm not sure how I feel about when the female attacks that guy inside. It's what Frenchie says to her when he holds her back.
Oh, he's like, I can take the...
I can take... if you have to inflict pain, I can
endure most.
Endure more than most. And it's a line directly from the comics, but when and where it's delivered in the comics, I feel it has an awful lot more impact. It's not that I don't feel they earned it yet, but in the comics, it's a whole thing that
she doesn't know his whole internal struggle going on about Colin, because she doesn't know the whole story that he was the judge's son and he's killed his whole family, and that when you know both sides of it, that line makes sense because he wants the punishment because he feels bad.
I know that,
but she doesn't understand that. Whereas when he delivers the line in the comic book, there's...
Well, that's why I think. You see, it's at the end of the comics where they've come to a bit of an understanding, and it's been this whole big thing where the female is constantly drawn towards the violence, and Frenchie knows that's bad for her, and can't get her, or tries to get her to stop, and basically at one point delivers that line, and is like, look, if the violence is so important to you, I'd rather it be directed at me, because I can take it, because he is on V in the comics.
Yeah, they're all
on
V in the
comics.
Literally
take it as well. Now, she'd do serious damage to him, but
she's
where
not
it comes from.
Him.
Whereas here, I think they're using it at the start of because there has been a bit of the stuff about Kimiko being drawn to violence in the past, but I think they're really about to start playing it up, given what she's looking for at the end of the episode, and the fact that she doesn't seem ready for the therapy yet.
She's not ready for it at all yet. And she's having flashes back to...
Yeah, it looks like she's about to go looking for vengeance at the end of the episode. So
because she also had her... these people took her brother away from her and she thought she got
I'm not saying she doesn't have a right to be. What I'm saying is that I think that they're about to set up.
She should be fucking gunning for Vic, because Vic popped her brother's head.
No.
Oh, no.
No, Stormfront killed.
Oh, Stormfront killed him. Yes, he did.
She was popping other people's heads. She popped Rainer's head.
Rainer's.
But, no, I just think that, they're about to go into, like I said earlier, we're going to get more about Kimiko's past and how it's affecting her. I think this season we will be looking at her getting drawn to violence, and I'm just like, maybe you should have saved that line for a little bit later in the season. That's all.
It's such a sweet line.
Yeah,
when it's delivered in the context that it is. You're like, because Frenchie is just so suave and so sweet and comes out. I every now and again there is touches of that Frenchie in Tomer Capon's Frenchie, he's made him like a far more rounded character. But that's the wrong point for that line. I
think that's my issue with it, is it's been used at the wrong. I think
it's been that's a moment that should have been a very sweet, not sweet, but
it should have been saved for later. It almost feels
not in the middle of a fucking conspiracy.
Yeah, it feels it's a bit throwaway there. That's just some rando. It's not any big thing. Like if he had like delivered that line
after she ripped the faces off the guys in that bodega.
When he's in the church and he's trying to get her to stop killing those guys and being a monster.
That
if it was in a scene like that,
not
necessarily right there, but if it was in a scene like that, then, but not just some rando in a convention
when she's drunk and angry.
It just I felt like it was the wrong place.
Whereas later on when he tells them that their guns are garish and vulgar,
that's great. But before we get there, we see Ryan's actual save.
Oh my god, that save. The Deep trying not to curse.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's like, what? Because it's family friendly.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta lose the muff taco, because it's family friendly.
Ryan is doing a lot better on the day than he is in the rehearsal. Like, he's committing to the lines and stuff.
Yeah.
And then just as he's about to deliver his big line and say his name.
My name is...
Yeah, Homelander shows up.
Oh, I was so angry. I was like, no. I was like, fucking stop it.
Yeah, he just can't help himself.
You literally are one of those fucking stage moms whose career...
Oh, yeah.
You will be like me.
After completely putting him off his stride, is like, go on, go back into the performance. Hurry up and push him.
Push
Come on,
him!
Just push him.
And so Ryan pushes him.
Ryan pushes Croy, and Croy goes flying, as we discussed earlier, and smacks off the wall.
Launched into the side of a building and
everybody who's filming, who I'm guessing are plants, because they all look confused.
Yeah. Oh, you know that street's closed. It's a bank. It's a bank robbery. It's a staged bank robbery. That whole street is closed off. Everybody there works for Vought.
They're all not sure who to film or what to film. And
that's why there's no running and screaming and calling of police.
And Homelander is just like, no, look, Ryan, look at the camera and smile.
Look at the camera and smile. It's okay. And poor Ryan is fucking devastated. Because, he's like, this is a person that I like.
And then we're back to the con for the big fight.
Oh.
Because Sage has led them all into a trap. It's basically just a big, literal balls out fight.
Oh.
With many funny weapons and many funny bits in it. Bursting into a bar mitzvah.
Do you know what the angel fight in Preacher?
It was reminiscent of, but not as good as.
Not as good as the angel fight, but as fun.
Fucking brilliant. And I think John Koyama was responsible for that as well.
I want to see the B-roll for that fight, because it's just going to be Rob Benedict naked running all over. Because he'd have to do
everything.
Every single one. So,
that must have been such an easy day on set for the rest of them.
You'd have to burn that set to the ground.
I gotta fight Rob for 5 seconds, or 5 minutes, and then somebody else fights Rob for 5 minutes, and somebody else fights Rob for 5 minutes, and Rob has to fight everybody.
They're in one of the big conference rooms, and it's like one of these conference centers where they got the wall, the walls that concertina and they're supposed to be in the deep blue sea room, and they go into Maeve's all gender ballroom.
Yeah.
To spy into it, and they come in, they're like, oh, it's a trap, haha, we have you. And Sage is like, oh, these guys are deep state CIA moles, and Homelander really wants them dead. And Firecracker's like, I'm gonna send you back to China, bitch. And is just like, she's from Japanese.
Oh, she calls Frenchie a surrender monkey as well.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, old school insult. You forgot the cheesemonger.
I was going to say you forgot the cheese eating surrender monkey.
Yeah, but old insult. And then that's when they find out that they all have pink eye, and he's like, no, it's allergies.
Yeah, it's allergies. A chew.
A chew, and it's no, and it's a free for all.
And it's just.
But they run through the door at the back, and it's into a bat mitzvah.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, stay calm, stay cool, we'll get through this. Being having a gila, mazel tov, trying not to cause harm. And then just here comes a whole load of naked Rob Benedicts with machine guns, and everybody's like, what the fuck? It's like, congratulations, you're a woman. Naked guys. And then Kimiko and, I was going to call her Gunpowder. No.
Firecracker.
Yes.
Bursts through the wall.
Crashes through the wall, screaming, everybody fleeing, and then just massive naked free-for-all.
Yeah, it's great fun.
And Prime just peeking through the hole, because they're all getting shot in the head, because they all die. And we were like, oh, is it just the main one? Or one of them?
I was like, so long as the main one survives, he can keep splitting
and he seems
more.
To not control the other ones, but they, when they kill Prime, they have 30 seconds, and then they all just go, ugh.
And also, they don't seem to be able to split either. It's only Prime who can split,
yeah.
Because when you see him splitting off, there's a scene where you see him splitting off into 4 or 5 guys that you were talking about earlier. It's always the same one they split from.
And then he's pushing them away from him as well.
But yeah, Butcher shows up at the last moment to help them tip the scales.
When she starts doing the fucking live stream about how they've been attacked by CIA moles at a fucking, was it Zionist cabal?
A Zionist cabal have infiltrated. I forgot about the line in the last episode.
I was like, surely you'd be on the side of the Zionists.
When she's quoting the Bible. And she's like, no, that's from the Jew Bible, but it's still the Bible.
Oh, love, you know Jesus was a Jew, right?
Well, she probably does.
In fairness, I have been punched for saying that to somebody, so
that Jesus was a Jew.
Yeah,
but Jesus was
having
a Jew.
An argument with a born again Christian, not a smart thing to say, even though correct.
Firecracker probably knows because she seems smart enough, but I doubt anybody who watches her knows.
No, but yeah, when she's doing the live stream about being fucking attacked by them, and she's like, "And here's the proof," and it's one of the standees.
Yeah,
and then she gets tackled, and it's very, very similar to fucking Crimson Countess.
Well, it's Butcher who tackles Crimson Countess.
But this time he hits her on the head with a crowbar. Something. Yeah.
Oh, of course it's a crowbar. It's Butcher.
He's good with that crowbar too. He does more damage than the rest of them. A very heavy version of having a Gila.
Yes. Yeah, it was just one of those fun, crazy boys fights, and I had a great time with it. But afterwards, we see Ryan and Homelander. Ryan's quite upset, and Homelander's brought some delicious creamy milkshakes to celebrate his first save. And he's like, hey, look, I know you probably didn't want me there, but it'll help your numbers, and you'll get a solo save next time. And Ryan's like, that's not why I'm upset
The way Ryan turns, no, you can see the light switching on for Ryan, because the way he turns around and looks at him, he's like, what?
Yeah.
No, I'm upset because I killed somebody.
Yeah, when Ryan's like, no.
I killed Coy.
But Homelander doesn't even realize, because Ryan's like, no. And Homelander's like, no, it will help your numbers. And Ryan's like, no, that's not why I'm upset. And he's like, yeah, it will. He's like, no, that's not what I'm upset because I killed Coy.
And he's like, oh, is that all? And the tone changes again immediately. He gets very defensive. And he's like, oh, is that what you're upset about? And it's extremely dismissive.
Well, in the last episode when he was talking to him and Butcher, he said about not wanting Butcher to die and stuff. He just asked him, and
he never got a response to that
him,
one.
But he left it there. Whereas this time, he actually scolds him, and he's like, you need.
He's
to
like, oh, I've
get
told you
over
before.
This.
They're not. Yeah,
they're toys. They're there for our amusement. It doesn't matter if you break them. You need to get over this, and you need to accept the fact that you are chosen, and you're just gonna have to get over that. And he walks out, and then turns around and comes back and takes the other milkshake.
Yeah,
no milkshake for Naughty Ryan.
What is clearly a very sensitive and had up until this point been quite well adjusted child, that their feelings aren't valid. That's how you end up with them not talking to you ever again. Homelander is one of those, if Homelander didn't have superpowers and was just a normal parent, he would be one of those no contact parents.
He's always torn between his ego and what he knows to be the better course of action all the time.
That's the thing is, Sage is after being like, no, this is what we need to do.
Yeah, but he just can't help himself.
Can't help himself.
He has to have that love and admiration. Yeah. He has to have that attention. He's not ready to give. I'm sure he does love Ryan in his own twisted way.
But he's a narcissist, so he's always going to be number one.
Yeah. He wants to create a world for Ryan, but that world doesn't start until the very second he dies. Up till that point, it has to be his world.
Yeah, it's his world, and you're just in it.
Yeah, he can't. Those two things that he wants are going to clash, and he's not going to be able to have it both ways.
Yeah.
And again, just
I'd be interested as well, because I think with Ryan, the more this keeps happening, especially if he keeps encountering Butcher, But Ryan's not stupid. Ryan was not raised to be stupid. He was raised to think critically. Like, Becca didn't want him to be naive. He's already like, he's innocent and he's naive because he's been so sheltered from the world. But, so he, like, in a lot of ways, he doesn't know any better.
But he's brought it up before. Yeah. And he brings it up in this episode about, like, especially in this episode about, like, the saves. No, the saves, like, they're not real.
Yeah, are they all like that? And he's like, no. He's like, of course, some of them are real. And the way he says, oh, some of them, I mean, the way I took that is the majority of them then are scripted.
Oh, yeah. Some, because the way no, Kira, some means at least one once has been genuine.
Yeah. Well, and we've seen you try and save a plane and it worked well.
That's all you need to say is that we've had one actual save. Then sometimes we save people. Sometimes we fake them.
So Ryan's already starting to be like, but you told me you were a hero and you were going to do this. And so you're lying. And the more that he starts to see this and it'll start to chip away, the more likely he is to go with Butcher.
And also in the last episode,
almost in a way, him not going with Butcher will actually work to the boys' advantage, because if Ryan becomes disillusioned enough, who knows what fucking havoc he could wreak on his way out if he's so inclined.
But last week we saw Butcher try and get Ryan away from him by saying about, he killed that guy in front of you, and Ryan's response was, oh, he was a paedophile, i.e. he was a bad,
he's after killing somebody that... Yeah.
Now he himself has killed somebody who he knows to
was a
not
good
have
guy.
Been a bad guy.
Yeah.
He killed a good guy and he knows it. So he's just, again, he's seeing the difference between the things that Homelander is saying and how things actually are. And I'm hoping that Ryan will
because
make the right choice himself. It shouldn't be about who convinces him. It should be about what he chooses.
No, and I like the fact that he's a lot more central this season as well, because I really like Cameron Corvetti?
Yeah, I'm with you. I like that this is the season that he was in.
Because he's 12, 13, he's coming into his own. That's the age I don't know about you. I was a fucking asshole.
But he was in just enough of last season as well, because I was worried going into season 3 that
because he was kind of annoying around Becca, because he was very much, look at me, am I a good little boy? But I suppose I'm not really around children, 9-10-year-old kids.
Ever. And long may it stay that way.
Yeah. I'm assuming 9-10-year-old kids, but some little kids would be like that, especially if your mom is the only person you're with and there's no kids or whatever. But yeah, he's like 12, 13 now. He's being told all these things that those kids that were in God U were being told.
Yeah.
We can do whatever we want, and his dad is the person that's telling him this stuff too.
Yeah.
And then to see that how little they treat people, and like not even strangers on the street, like people who worked for them.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have sorry, you're upset about that. Like,
no, it's just you need to accept it, and now I'm taking your milkshake, and then he leaves.
Yeah.
And it's kind of not wrap up after that, but it's Annie has the guys unframed and she steps up and is Starlight again, but is going to lead again.
Yeah, because she hadn't even wanted to go out and give speeches or anything like that. And it's like, well, you can't pursue fame, and then when it bites you in the ass, step back from it when you've made causes in that image. Like, that's irresponsible.
We see Frenchie call Cherie, which I was delighted with, because Cherie's doing quite well for herself by the looks of it, and I'm happy with that. Well, she's
pretending to be a countess or something.
A countess on a permanent holiday. You don't do that unless you've got a fair bit of money.
Yeah, and well, she did nick all that heroin.
I was going to say, even if what Nina says is true and she stole all that heroin off Nina, good. Fuck little Nina. But she is like, hey, Frenchie's like, so remember this guy, Colin Hauser?
Well, Frenchie fell off the wagon.
Yes, he has fallen off the wagon. And yeah, she's like, yeah, I remember him. Why?
Well, I like the fact that the first thing she says is, well, you look like shit.
Yeah. But he tells her, hey, so I ran into him at a meeting and he was having a hard time. And she's like, yeah, so that means you're fucking him, doesn't it? And you've taken in another goddamn stray, haven't you?
Serge, when will you ever learn? Like,
I don't think he will.
Because did you not learn from Jay? Trying to help Jay when he OD'd caused the death of Mallory's grandkids, and then Jay OD'd anyway.
Yeah, and then
sometimes you just need to leave well enough alone.
You tried to fix Kimiko when Kimiko didn't ask to be fixed. Like, you rescued her, good, from the situation she was in. You don't need to rescue her from herself.
Yeah.
You don't need to rescue this guy from himself either.
You don't need a project.
Especially not when you killed his family.
Yeah, you don't need a project. Is this like some weird fucked up thing to make you feel better?
Oh, it absolutely is.
Because he's going to find out. Like, whenever he finds out, it doesn't matter when he... doesn't matter when he finds out.
Yeah.
If you know from the very, very start who he was, because that's the first thing Sheree says is, did he recognize you?
Yeah.
Which means he saw you kill his family.
Or enough to know that you were involved or whatever. We don't have the details yet. But yeah, no, he never should have done that. It was a bad
No, that's
bad
a
choice.
shitty move.
And I assume it will also be something that Frenchie will grapple with for the majority of the season.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I hope little Nina doesn't come back.
No,
I
I
hope
think
it
it's
doesn't
going to
involve
be...
little Nina. And I also hope that people can just fucking get over it, because I've already seen some idiocy online.
Oh,
about,
people were like,
Frenchie's
I switched
gay.
it off.
It's like, well,
blah, 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 blah.
for starters, I don't think he's gay. He's just Frenchie. He's bi or pan or he's whatever. He's Frenchie.
French.
Yeah, he's Frenchie. Like and like
French,
just,
like French people are like, you're beautiful, I want to have sex with you. It's simple as that. That is it. Like, there's nothing beyond that.
What about...
Not to trivialize the way French people view sexuality, because
No.
I think it's incredibly liberating, their views on relationships.
But yeah, what about
like
all the way Frenchie has been portrayed up to this point? Made you think that he was straight.
His safe word was Vincent Cassel. Apparently,
his safe word for getting pegged
was Vincent
Cassel.
Yeah.
Him and Jay and Cherie were a throuple thing by the sounds of it. We saw him kiss Jay in that flashback as well. Like, this is not new. Frenchie likes girls. Frenchie likes boys.
And if you have an issue with pegging, Cameron Coleman is taking it like a champ.
Yeah, like just
get over it.
Frenchie just likes
sexuality. Who
sex.
gives a shit? As long as it is all, everybody is of legal age, consenting, and nobody's getting hurt.
Yeah, stick it wherever you like. Like female says, you should stick your penis somewhere and be happy.
Yeah, like is it hurting you? No,
but
fuck off.
Yeah, and speaking of people who get told to fuck off, Hughie returns to his mom to tell her what for after carefully crafting his response.
Oh yeah, but he's been working on that comeback all day.
You can't let it go to waste.
No, you can't.
And it goes to waste anyway, because his mom was like, "What are you talking about?"
I do. There's certain moments with his mom where when she was like, "Oh, don't raise your voice to me," and it was like, and he was right. He was like, "You don't get to tell me what to do. Yeah. Who the fuck are you? You can't waltz in here and pick things up." Because she basically did waltz in and just ignore everything.
Oh yeah, she's just, I'm going to start putting all my oils and shit out here because this will help and this will help and this will help. And
the only one
remind you,
of those
son,
oils
I haven't seen in 20 years.
Is the the acid, because that actually is a moisturizer. I have some upstairs.
I don't care what works and what doesn't work.
No, but that one is the only genuine thing in there, because that was for deep moisturizing. I was like, that actually is what that does.
But yeah, Hughie basically is like, I want none of it. I want you to fuck off. You have no right to be here. You can't just come waltzing back in and fuck off, basically.
Yeah, and push me out. That's not fair.
Yeah.
She hasn't even apologized to him.
No, she hasn't tried to apologize or offer an explanation.
She hasn't tried to explain anything to him yet.
And I'm sure it's going to be complicated.
And she does say that. She's like, this isn't about us. This is about what's best for your father. No. No.
Yeah, he's like, and no, it's not. It's only about what's best for my dad, because I don't have control over that, and I'll take you to court to get that. So fuck off.
Yeah, and he would probably get it as well because his dad changed the will when he was in sane legal mind.
It depends on how recently the will was changed, I suppose. But yeah, she's not the only one getting told to fuck off, because back at the office, well, Kimiko has a look on her laptop and sees there's some shining light guys in the city. And
she unfolds her penis and balls.
Oh, her origami penis and balls. That's the therapist card.
Yeah, and has a look at it. And then she looks at the news article about the terrorist cell and shreds it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, she is not...
She's off for vengeance.
She's not, because they were like, oh, you need to forgive all this. And she's like, well, I'm not what my past is. And they were like, well, you do have to face the things of your past. So she's going off to face her past.
And as she's leaving, Butcher walks in and basically gets told to fuck off a second time.
Yeah, well, he's like when he's talking about it, he's like, the only thing I can do is get Ryan. And it's like, if you had just told us when you found out you were sick that, okay, I don't have much time left.
And the one thing I'd like to do...
my top priority now is getting Ryan back. Will you help me?
They probably would have been able to get him in the last episode if they knew that. But
he's been so dishonest. He can't help himself.
Oh yeah, and that's why MM's response is too little, too late.
Yeah,
because it
and it's immediate as well, because he's like, I just cannot stand by and watch you do this because you're going to get us all killed.
And when he's making that point of, when Butcher's making that point of, you know, you have to be a hard ass to be in charge, and like, look at how today went. You should have just taken Sage and gotten the fuck out of there. Instead, it went down this way. Again, some of that's true. Some of that's him just trying to get MM back on side. Like, but again, MM's like, you know, yeah, fine. Yeah, you made some good points, but it's too little too late. Get the fuck out of here. And that's the episode.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next episode. Just because now I want lots of answers.
I have questions.
I have many questions. I have many questions, and I want to know where all of those things happen.
I'm waiting for the big Sage Ashley showdown.
Yeah,
I reckon there's going to be they're going to have some moment, and she is just going to read her for filth. She's going to drag her up and down.
There's so much going on now, though, between all the various characters. All the characters have their own, like, emotional drivers this season, as well as I'm also thinking, are they going to bring in
Kate or Sam to be, like, one of the other seats on the 7?
Well, yeah, they haven't even come into it yet. Like, that's right. They have... Well, we don't know how big of a role they'll play, but they were in the trailer.
But, like, they're what... You know, because I'm assuming Sage's New World Order is going to include these kids off this like... That's what she's going to be looking at as well.
Well, yeah,
is Gul'Dalkin and
like
what's
I said
coming
earlier,
up there and getting them on side.
She seems to be
she doesn't seem... She won't really have that much of a problem with God You, because they are all like, yeah, Soup Lives Matter. Woo!
Yeah, I think that's it. That's what she's doing at the moment, was she's trying to recruit the ones who will follow Homelander's line of, yeah, Soups are way better.
And Homelander saved her when Marie was... Well, Marie blew her arm off.
Yeah.
But then we don't know what could have happened there. Would they have been able to resolve things with Kate if Homelander hadn't shown up and blasted the shit out of Marie? Kate's also really, really fucking useful. Kate's powers...
Oh, yeah.
Sage would be all over that. She'd be like, finger licking, give me the girls that...
with my
because all you need is her to wander through a crowd touching people.
Which you only have the one hand to do it with now. But yeah, Sage and Kate together.
Like,
we talked about how powerful Kate was in all the Gen V records.
Pair her up with Sage.
Yeah, that's and Homelander. Not gonna be great, but that's...
But Kate could also take out Homelander. Remember we were talking about that. We're like, we think Kate might be able to, if she could touch Homelander, she'd be able to plant suggestion on him.
Oh yeah. But I think we're going way too
far
into it now. No, but that would be
like if Sage does go some sort of route like that, where she's starting to enact her own plan, having somebody like Kate on her side.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Would just be mwah.
But there's only one way to find out.
Yeah,
and that's to go and watch the next episode. So that is it for episode 2, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Again, the next episode will go up probably a day after this one. And then after that, we'll be out probably the days... Well, it's what? One episode a week from now on a Thursday. So we'll probably upload on a Friday, I'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for joining us. If you want, you can head back and listen to our previous episodes. Or you can check out our other podcast, Mono Rants at the Movies. Or you can come and chat with us on Twitter at RantsMono. On Instagram at monorants_the_boys. Or Blue Sky at Monorants, or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll chat soon. Bye.